Have you ever felt like you're drowning in an ocean of knowledge, where the more you struggle, the more exhausted you become, and the shore of understanding seems infinitely far away? I once felt that way. My name is Alex, and this is the story of my journey learning to swim instead of drowning in that vast ocean. Back then, I was a second-year student always carrying an invisible fear. A fear named exams. Every time I faced a stack of thick textbooks, my mind would turn into a chaotic mess. I'd sit at my desk for hours, eyes glued to the page, but my mind would wander somewhere far away. I worried about upcoming results, regretted wasted hours, and tormented myself for not being as smart as my friends. I tried to cram every word, every formula mechanically, only for them to slip away like water through my fingers. Each night, I'd fall asleep exhausted and wake up with an empty, heavy head. Not only did my grades decline, but I also lost all joy in discovering knowledge. The breaking point came when I received the results for a crucial core subject. The glaring red F felt like a slap to my self-esteem. A sense of failure, helplessness, and despair enveloped me. I even thought about giving up, that perhaps this academic path wasn't for me. During those dark days, I often sought refuge in the school library, not to study, but to escape. I'd sit in a secluded corner, watching other students engrossed in their books and feeling utterly out of place. It was there that I met Mr. Peterson, the old librarian with silver hair and kind eyes, who gave me not a book but a compass. One day, seeing me sitting dejectedly, crumpling a scrap of paper in my hand, he gently placed a warm cup of tea on my table. He didn't ask about my grades, nor did he advise me to try harder. He simply sat down and said, "It looks like you're fighting a battle in your mind." About the pressure, the confusion, the feeling of being a failure, Mr. Peterson listened in silence. Then he said, "Before you try to cram more knowledge into your head, you need to tidy up the room of your mind first. It's too cluttered. Let's start with the first lesson, calmness." He instructed me to do something incredibly simple. Close your eyes. Don't try to think about anything. Just focus on your breath. Feel the air coming in, expanding your chest, then slowly breathe out, letting all your worries go with it. Just 5 minutes. I was skeptical, but I followed his advice. For the first time in months, I felt a true stillness. The noise in my head faded, leaving only the steady rhythm of my breath. From that day on, before every study session, I would take 5 minutes to breathe. It was the anchor that kept my mind from being swept away in the storm of anxiety. Once my mind was calmer, I faced another problem: distraction. I'd be reading about a historical event, but my mind would jump to worrying about next week's presentation, then regret going to bed late last night. I told Mr. Peterson about this. He pointed out the window, where a yellow leaf was gently falling. "Do you see that leaf?" He asked. "It's not worried about where it will land tomorrow, nor does it regret leaving the branch. It's doing only one thing, falling right in this moment. Your mind is the same. When it wanders to the past or the future, gently bring it back to the present. Back to the page in front of you, the words you're reading, the idea you're analyzing." That's the second lesson. Dwell in the present. I started practicing. Whenever my mind strayed, I'd tell myself, "Alex, come back. Just this page." Gradually, my ability to focus improved astonishingly. My third problem was my study method. I always tried to memorize everything, recalling every detail mechanically. Mr. Peterson saw me muttering a complex theorem and asked, "Are you trying to remember the words, or are you trying to understand the story behind them?" That question stunned me. I had never thought of knowledge having a story. He explained, "Every formula, every theorem, every historical event has a logic, a reason for its existence. Instead of memorizing the outcome, try to understand the journey that led to it. Ask yourself why. Draw diagrams, explain it to an imaginary friend. When you truly understand, you won't need to force yourself to remember anymore. Knowledge will stay on its own." That's the third lesson. Learn to understand, not to memorize. I applied this method. I started seeing dry numbers as characters in a story and physics laws as rules of an exciting game. Studying suddenly became more creative and engaging than ever before. Despite my progress, I still had the old habit of cramming all my studies right before exams. One night, I carried a towering stack of books into the library, determined to pull an all-nighter. Mr. Peterson saw me, shook his head, and smiled. "You can't eat an entire elephant in one sitting, but you can eat it one bite at a time." He handed me a timer and said, "This is the fourth lesson. Divide and conquer." He advised me to break a large chapter into smaller sections. Study intensely for 25 minutes, then rest for 5 minutes. During those 5 minutes, absolutely no phone or computer. Just stand up, stretch, look out the window, or drink some water. Your brain is like a muscle. It needs rest to recover and consolidate what it has just learned. I tried it. Miraculously, after several such 25-minute sessions, I didn't feel exhausted like I used to after studying continuously for 3 to 4 hours. Knowledge seemed to seep into my mind more easily. Months passed, and my grades improved dramatically. I was no longer the fearful student I once was. But a new worry arose: how to maintain this momentum. I feared that with just a little carelessness, everything would revert to how it was. Mr. Peterson, on his last afternoon before retirement, gave me the final lesson. "Do you know why water can wear down even hard rock?" he asked. "It's not because of its strength in a single moment, but because of its persistence, day after day. Studying is the same. One 8-hour study session a week is not as effective as 20 minutes every day. Consistency creates extraordinary power. That's the fifth and most important lesson: the power of perseverance." Mr. Peterson retired, but his 5 lessons remained with me. They weren't just study skills. They were life lessons. Now I no longer see knowledge as a terrifying ocean. I see it as a vast sea full of wonders to explore. I've learned to ride the waves of challenge instead of being submerged by them. The journey of conquering knowledge doesn't require you to be a genius. It only requires you to be patient, to listen to your body and mind. Start by taking a deep breath, focusing on the page in front of you, trying to understand its story, breaking down your journey, and taking steady steps each day. You'll find that you're not just learning a subject. You're learning to master your own life.